Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Hazelnut again today. Yep, I'm using up what I have. So this is a loose coffee. It's not a pod that I fill. Sometimes I use the pods, sometimes I use the loose coffee. But with the loose coffee, it's easier to compost it. So, but that's not why I do it. I do it because I like it. So today is going to be 77 degrees, and we're supposed to get some rain this afternoon. Doesn't look rainy this morning. It's overcast. But today and tomorrow we're supposed to get rain, which is good. Good for the water bill, because boy, we need to save all the money we can nowadays. And I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. So, well, let's focus on some positive things. So I positively have to get back to my linens. It's not that much more to go, so hopefully I can get that done today. Get some more things put away. The closet is done, but I still have pillows, throw pillows and things that I have to put in the vacuum bags. And then once I get that project done, I'm going to start on my garage, because I'd like to have that done by the end of September anyway. And that might require me to spend a little bit on some shelving, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try and not spend anything on shelving, but we'll see. Cheers. So I still have a couple of chocolate creamers down in the basement, so that's good. I don't need to go shopping anytime soon. I still have a little bit of fruit. I have lots of food in my freezers and in my pantry, so I'm hoping to avoid shopping. I may need to go pick up some lettuce. I don't have lettuce in the garden. I have other greens, but I like lettuce on a sandwich sometimes. But we'll see. I don't need to do that now. I'm going to see if I can get by without having to go into a store for, well, until I have to go to Costco, which is going to have to be sometime this week. So that'll be $100, I'm sure. The dog food is $40. The treats will be another $30 or more, $30 or $40. And then I always gas up at Costco. You can't beat the gas prices at Costco. So when I'm there, I always fill up. So sometime this week, after I get my Social Security check, I'm going to make a trip to Costco and get that over with for the month. So once a month, I like to go to Aldi's. I like to go to Mark's. I usually get a few things from Walmart pickup, and then Costco. Those are my go-to stores where I shop. So, all right. I need to go do my doggy duties outside in a little bit before it starts to rain. I don't think I need to water because we've had enough rain for the last few days off and on. It's really been a very pleasant rain. Nothing really torrential, where, I mean, we've had flood warnings, but nothing came of it, thank God. So, and years ago, I do have a sump pump in my basement. During Katrina, my basement did flood. but that's the only time. And it was because my sump pump battery backup didn't work. So at that time, I took the whole sump pump unit out and I had a water-driven sump pump put in. And, well, that was a good 10 years ago at least. And I've never heard it kick on. So that's a good thing. But anyway, I try to get ahead of, whatever disasters may befall me. Of course, knock on wood. Knock on wood. Where's the wood? There it is. You can't think of everything, and Mother Nature is the boss. So when she decides to get mad, you better take cover. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and I will meet you at the budget book in a little bit. All right, here we are back at the budget book. Yesterday I didn't spend any money. I did go to my mom's, and normally I would stop at a couple stores on the way home because they're on the way. And since I don't like to waste gas, I always combine trips out somewhere. But there really wasn't anything that I had to have, and so I just went to my mom's, helped her do a little decluttering, and then I came home. So I don't plan on spending any money today either. I do have a couple things in my Amazon cart. I want to get a couple of those stretchy cushion covers for the couch, but I can wait. I don't need to get that right now. So I don't know when my window will be coming in, so I need to worry about that first, and then I'll worry about anything else I need to purchase. So it would be nice to have another set. That way I could just switch, but we'll see. I'm not going to buy those right now, but I did look and I did put them in my cart. So today I need to go out, and my grandson wants a haircut, so I'm going to go over my daughter's house and cut his hair. But again, I'm not going to a store, and on the way to my daughter's house, there really isn't a store that's on the way, so that's not a problem. But I think I might see if she has any extra eggs. I still have some, and pick some of those up from her. So if you don't stockpile, I would suggest that you do, because I don't know, I do a lot of internet research, and with the cost of food, it's not predicted to go down. So slowly build up a stockpile. I don't continue to build mine because I have quite a bit, and I don't want a food hoard, but I do want to maintain my stockpile. So even though I'm cooking through my food, it's mostly freezer food, because freezer food only lasts so long. So I'm trying to use the things that go bad sooner rather than later. And then as I use food up in my stockpile, I am replacing it. But as far as the freezer food goes, I still have a little bit left at my mom's. I did bring home a couple things from yesterday. I had some frozen coffee over there, and I want to use that to make iced coffee. I thought that would be good. Or I could just, use it as regular coffee too. But so I brought those two things home because there were 2 packs, and that didn't require me having to freeze it again, because right now my freezers are still full. So it's not like I haven't bought any freezer food. I have, in the as I go shopping every now and then. I'll pick up some frozen veggies, or if I see some things on sale, I will pick those up. But right now my freezers are full to capacity, which is good because that takes less electricity to run. So, but yeah, I would highly encourage you to stockpile some food. At least that's my strategy. And if you don't have a big place where you can, put food, a spare bedroom is good. If you live in an apartment and you happen to have a spare bedroom, under your bed, I have some staples on little narrow shelves going down my basement steps, and I store water on the steps going down there. So, and I got those from the water from the Dollar Tree, and I also have a rain barrel that I can use for water. So just thinking ahead a little bit in case something happens to the water supply, or you can't get to the store. Like when I broke my hip, I was kind of housebound for about a month, and I had plenty of food. I could get around, I just couldn't drive. So, and I know my family would have picked up food for me, but that wasn't necessary because I had enough food in my stockpile that I had plenty to eat and food that I could prepare myself. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And as far as planning, I mean, if the food prices keep continuing to go up, the sooner you buy food for a stockpile, the better. So anyway, that's my little budgeting chat this morning. And I'll be back in a little while. I've got leftovers for dinner. I still have that yummy bruschetta pasta sauce that I made yesterday. I still have mac and cheese with the easy cheese sauce. If you missed those videos yesterday and the day before, you can see how I made those. Trying to use up the food I have. I really don't like to waste food, especially with the cost of it. So anyway, I will be back in a little bit, and we'll see what else is going on today. All right, well, this morning I cooked up some rice. This is for my dinner tonight, and I still have this little bit of soup left that was too spicy for me. So what I'm going to try to do is make a curry out of it, and I'm going to blend it up a little bit. So it's still chunky, but it'll thicken it up because there's potatoes in there. I have some coconut milk, and in here I have some other spices, more like a curry spice mix that I want to add to the soup. So the coconut milk will calm it down a little bit, and it'll give these will give this soup a little bit different flavor. So in there I have ground coriander, turmeric, ground cumin, and curry powder, and that's about 1/4 teaspoon of each, plus more of the cumin, just because I like the taste of cumin. So you can do any combination of spices that you like, whatever you like in your curry. But I'm going to eat that over rice tonight and finish up this soup because I like a no-waste kitchen, so no waste food. So I'm going to mix up the spices, and then I'm going to blend these up in my little blender cup. And so I'll be back in a little bit after I get that blended up. Okay, I tasted this and it is delicious. I'm going going to add a little bit of cornstarch to it to thicken it up a little more because it was a soup. Now I could eat this as a soup, but I want to eat it over rice. So I'm going to add, just a little, I don't want it too thick, about a tablespoon of cornstarch. And then I'm going to heat that up. Now what I want to do is I want to add some of my squash to this. So I'll either saute some squash. I have yellow and zucchini. I also have eggplant, so I want to start using that up. So I'll probably either bake that and add it to this curry sauce, or I'll saute it. I don't know. I'll see when it comes time for dinner. But I want to heat this up and then add some of the coconut milk to it. So I've never made curry before, but this is really tasty. It doesn't have a lot of heat. It has a little bit. I wouldn't even really have to add the coconut milk, but I'm going to add the coconut milk anyway, just to make it a little smoother. Let's put it that way. All right, well, I will come back later once I get everything put together, and I'll let you know how it tastes. All right, here is my dinner for this evening. Squash, eggplant, and zucchini, and rice. I always put a little nutritional yeast in my rice to get some B vitamins. So there it is, my first attempt at curry. And I'm going to top this with a little bit of sour cream. All right, let's give it a taste. It looks good. That's very good. All right, another no waste meal. Reinventing my food to suit my taste buds. Well, cheers. Having an afternoon cup of coffee. I got back from my daughter's just a little bit ago. Had a little snack. I had some hummus, and I really like these. I don't know if you could see what they are, but they're like dried little pieces of bread that are seasoned. And I had gotten these in quite a while ago. It was a nice big container of them, and I think they're like $4 or $5 if you buy them in the store. But I got them from a food pantry haul, and I've been munching on those, and they were really excellent with hummus. They were good with the bruschetta I made the other day too. So I already made dinner, which I'm happy about, and I think it's going to be tasty. Like I said, I've never made curry before, but it was something that I've been wanting to try. I'm a pretty basic cook. You know, I don't really cook a lot of ethnic dishes. So curry is kind of a foreign thing to me. I mean, I do make, like, you know, stir fries and fried rice, but I think curry is it Thai cooking? Well, I know a lot of different countries. I know in India makes curry. So I really don't cook with those kinds of spices too often. But I want to expand my horizons because that's always fun. And cooking has kind of turned into my new hobby, I'm thinking, because I really want to use up my freezer food so I have a little bit more room. I have some of those, I don't even know what you'd call them, those freezer ice cream containers that you can make your own ice cream. But I don't have the room to put it in the freezer because there's so much food in them. And then I also have a smaller one where you can make like ice pops. And what I want to do with those is make some yogurt, frozen fruit and yogurt popsicle kind of things. So, but in order to do that, I need to make a little room in the freezer. I don't eat much of that stuff anytime except for the summer. I like to eat something cold in the summertime. So, do you guys make curry or any Indian or Thai food? I know a lot of people really, really like it. But like I said, I'm not real familiar with it. So this is a new thing to me. And what I do, if I want to make something new, I go online, I look at a bunch of different recipes, and from all those recipes, I pick out spices that I know I like, and then I combine them in my own cooking. So that's a good way to actually like new dishes that you cook, is to pick and choose the spices that you use. So I didn't go to the store today. I don't plan to. I didn't do much of anything other than I visited with my daughter and grandkids. My one grandson wanted a haircut. So, one of my viewers was asking if I could do a recap on about myself. So I'm just going to briefly do that. Okay, let's start at the beginning. I was born in Cologne, Germany in 1950. My parents immigrated to the States in 1954, so I was 4 years old when we came here. I didn't speak any English. My mother didn't speak any English. My dad, he spoke a little, but not much. So we kind of came over here with nothing. And my parents were extremely hardworking people. And, you know, they bought a nice home. They gave me a wonderful life. Now, I'm an only child. I have a very, very small family. It's basically my 3 kids, my 5 grandkids, and my mom. My dad passed away in 2003. I think it was 2003. So he's been gone quite a while. But I did travel over to Europe. I think I went over there like 7 times altogether to visit my grandparents, and then my mom, she and another friend of hers went to Spain, and I went along. That was when I was about maybe 15, 16, right around that time frame. So I've been to Europe several times. My aunt married a Serbian man, and his family was in Yugoslavia. So my aunt, my cousin, and I, we traveled by train from Cologne through the Swiss Alps, which was absolutely gorgeous. You know, you had all these little houses in the hillsides, and it was along like the Danube River, really beautiful. And I think that was like at least a day and a half trip. I know we spent the night on the train. We had one of those sleeper cars, and we ended up in Belgrade, and they lived in a teeny tiny town called Udovica. So that was my traveling around Europe. I've never been to Italy or England. I've been to France, but in France it was basically, when we went back to visit, we took a boat. So it dropped us off in France. I think it was Le Havre. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And then we took the train again to Cologne. So I really enjoy train travel. I really like that. I'd love to go on another train trip someday. So anyway, I married my high school sweetheart. He's the father of my 3 children. We were married for 18 years, and then we got divorced. And then after that, I was a single mom, and I had to, get a career going. Now, I was a hairdresser at that point. I went to beauty school. My mom won a scholarship to beauty school, actually. And then, of course, she didn't want to go, so she used to have her hair done there. So I went to beauty school for free, which was nice. So I did that career for 30 years. And then I went to nursing school after I got divorced because I needed better health care and I needed a more steady paycheck, because a lot of times working as a hairdresser, you work on commission. So then I was a nurse for 20 plus years, and I retired at 60 because I had remarried. I remarried in 2009, so I was unmarried for about 20 years. But I did have a long-term relationship in between there that lasted 15 years. And then I married Tom in 2009. We were married 6 years. It didn't work out. So now I'm single again, and I really like my single life. And when Tom moved out, I got my 3 dogs. And at the time, I had another little dog. She was old, but oh, she was just the light of my life. She was just a wonderful, wonderful dog. Not that these guys aren't, they are, and I love them dearly. But she was like my soul dog. I don't know if you've ever had one, but you know, we bonded. And I had 2 cats back then. So at one point I had 6 pets, and now I have the 3 dogs, and they're just wonderful companions. I love them dearly. So that's pretty much it. Now, as far as my viewer also asked me why I'm frugal. Do I have to be, or do I want to be? I wasn't always frugal. I was kind of a spendthrift for a long time. I did put money away for retirement. So it's not like I spent every penny I had, but every extra penny I pretty much spent. I was kind of a shopaholic. Not kind of, I was. So, but then now I'm frugal because I have to be, and I'm actually enjoying it. I like, not that I wouldn't like more money, I would, but I'm okay. I get by on what I get in. So I'm glad I don't only have Social Security. I have a little bit of a retirement fund that also gives me a little money, enough to get by every month. But I'm certainly not rolling in the money, not even close, because the money that comes in is considered low income. So anyway, I enjoy being creative with my lifestyle, and I can still pretty much get what I want and need, but it takes me longer, and rather than running out and buying the newest and the greatest things, I have to pick and choose and wait. That's a big deal for me. I have to wait until I can find what I want at the price that's reasonable, whether that's used or on sale or, you know, whatever the situation is. So that's pretty much my life in a nutshell. Do I still have a bucket list? It's a very short bucket list. I've pretty much done all the things that I wanted to do in my life. I can't say that there's any one thing that pops out that is like, oh, if I don't do that, I'm not going to die happy. But anyway, I don't want this video to get too long, so that's kind of a recap of my life. And so that's it. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. Use up what you have. Don't buy things you don't need, especially in this economy. It's just way too tough. You have to kind of look ahead, you know, hope for the best, plan for the worst, and you should be okay. All right, I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.